This is a message for Adonis Stevenson. Adonis, you're a really strong man and keep strong. I wish you recover faster. I know you'll pass through it.
Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, words my brethren all around the world watching this video. Hope you're having a great day. Wherever you're tuning in from, do yourself a damn favor, hit the subscribe button, and surely you will not be disappointed. Now, let's get into it, man. I really wanted to talk about this fight, or this man's performance, because through all the Fury and Wilder talk, this man's performance kind of got lost. In what was a great fight. So before I get into the performance, I actually want to talk about even what happened following his performance. Oleksandr Gvozdyk went in there and he thoroughly just destroyed Adonis Stevenson. And he got a stoppage. I think it was like in the last round. Might have been the 12th round. He got a stoppage. I don't remember the exact round, but he stopped him in the latter parts of the fight. And Adonis Stevenson has been in a coma for quite some time. Since the fight, he's still in a coma. He's got to get brain surgery. He hasn't overcome his coma. So before I even start praising Gvozdyk or talk about that fight or anything, let me just say, man, like, may God please be with Adonis Stevenson and his family, and we'll be keeping him, and I'll be keeping him in my prayers, because I pray every day. So I'll be keeping him in my prayers and just hoping that he pulls through, man, because, regardless of what you may think of him as a fighter or his title or anything like that, he's a human being. He's got a family. He's having, I think his wife or his girlfriend or whatever has having another kid. Is having a kid, because I know she was pregnant recently. So you don't want to see anybody in this world lose their father before they're even born. It's not good to grow up without a dad. I was fortunate for myself to have a father, and still to this day have a father. So I know the importance of it, and I know it's not good for someone not have their father. So hopefully he pulls through and he retires from boxing. He had a really good career. I don't think he maximized it, but he definitely beat some good fighters, Bellew, Chad Dawson, and it is what it is, man. Hopefully he pulls through. But as far as the actual fight, man, I think we can finally say for Oleksandr Gvozdyk, he has 100% arrived. He was part of that amazing 2012 Ukraine Olympic team that featured the likes of him, Alexander Usyk and Vasyl Lomachenko, and truthfully, even now, even with this win, he is the least accomplished of the three fighters. Between Lomachenko and Usyk and himself, he's the least accomplished of the three fighters, and this is really his first big win. So for him, it was great. Obviously, if you've been following his career, Gvozdyk has beaten some good fringe contenders and contenders in the division. Like he stopped Uniesi Gonzalez, he stopped Isaac Chilemba, he stopped Tommy Karpency, he stopped Najib Mohammadi. But this was really his first big fight against a top light heavyweight. And whatever you want to say about Adonis Stevenson, in the Badu Jack fight, he didn't look so good. In the latter stages of that fight, but in this fight here, he looked pretty good early on. He showed himself to be a threat with the left hand, but obviously, as the fight went on, you began to see his age show. He wasn't able to put his punches together quite like he used to. And credit to Gvozdyk, man. Gvozdyk was able to stay patient, stay poised, staying poised with his jab, staying poised with his distance, just commanding the ring, being that ring general, whether it be from the outside, mid-range. He was the ring general. And he slowly but surely and systematically broke down Adonis Stevenson until the 12th round, when you saw him flatten Adonis Stevenson. The nailed Adonis Stevenson, and it was a vicious knockout. I watched my boy Alex, who's over here sleeping. He's a massive fan. He's Ukrainian himself, so he loves the Ukrainian fighters, and it was a great performance. It really was a great performance, and now you can look at this is his moment where you can say, okay, this guy we knew he was good. We knew he had talent. We knew his pedigree. But now in the professional boxing ranks at the top level, he has arrived, and he has beaten a very formidable fighter, Adonis Stevenson, in devastating fashion. So now you look at the landscape of the division. You're looking at, Eliader Alvarez has the WBO belt. Dimitri Bivol has the WBA belt. You got the likes of Artur Beterbiev with the IBF belt. So now there's some interesting unification fights, and then you still have Kovalev, who's still a top 10 fighter at this point, but he's not like the class of the division anymore. Badu Jack's still around. Marcus Brown is still around. You got Sullivan Barrera, Joe Smith Jr. So light heavyweight is still popping, man. Light heavyweight is still popping. And I think if you look at, moving onwards and upwards for Gvozdyk, 2 or 3 fights down the line, you would expect for him to try to unify one of these titles. And I think, personally, I'll be honest with you, I think Gvozdyk, stylistically, he's a better fighter than Bivol. As good as Bivol looked, I think he's better than Bivol. I think he's more skillful than Bivol. I think Beterbiev has some leaks in his defense. I think he's too composed and too just technically sound for Beterbiev. And then, truthfully, of all the other champions, I think the one that matches up best with him is Elliot Alvarez. A guy with some technical skills, but who can also he's shown despite his 50% knockout percentage, he knows how he can land the right shots and he can finish you. So I think that'd be a dangerous fight for him, honestly. I think Elliot Alvarez, of the 3, in my personal opinion, just because of his style, would be the most dangerous fight for him. But this is a guy in Gvozdyk, man, who he just looks really, really good. And he even after what I like about him too is like when he found out Adonis Stevenson was in a coma, he really conducted himself like a champion. He came on Instagram and was like, look, as you guys saw in the beginning of the video, my thoughts and prayers be with him, and he was just like, he's a good fighter, man. He's a good fighter, seems to be a good guy. Teddy Atlas, who's a straight shooter, is working with him in his corner now, and he's even brought Teddy Atlas joy. Teddy Atlas is saying that he's never understood what it meant to feel joy or feel like he was on cloud 9, but he said he felt cloud 9 after Gvozdyk beat Stevenson in the manner in which he did, and he said it's because of the person he is, and he has a beautiful family and all this stuff. Teddy Atlas, for a fighter to give Teddy Atlas that much joy, you have to be someone special, because this is a man that's worked with some of the top fighters in boxing, and he hasn't always liked working with everybody he's worked with. So to be at the stage of his life, to find a guy like Gvozdyk who's so talented, who's so good, who's so willing to learn, who's so just pushing onwards and upwards with his career, he's arrived, and he's here to stay at the light heavyweight division. And honestly, the way I see it, man, as long as he continues to listen, as long as he continues to want to make those improvements and get better, he has a legitimate chance in the next 18 months to have this division on lock, because you've already taken down Adonis Stevenson. You take that box right there. He's going to probably be out of boxing. Hopefully he recovers and he's good. But you got Adonis Stevenson out the way, which is a pretty damn good win. And you got Bivol, you got Elliot Alvarez, you got Beterbiev, and I think he beats all those guys. Really, I would favor him in all those fights. All 3 of those fights, I'd favor him in. And ironically, the only fights that I think he might lose are to guys who don't have straps. I think Kovalev could still give him a good fight. I think Alvarez, I think give him a good fight too. He's probably the best one with the title. I think give him a good fight. He'd outbox Barrera. I think Marcus Brown, as boring as his last fight was, he would even pose some good challenges to Gvozdyk. I think Gvozdyk would beat him too. Joe Smith Jr. would give him some good rounds, but he would lose too. And I don't know, man. I see Gvozdyk really having a chance to stake his claim in this division and be here for years to come. So yeah, it's cliche to say, but the sky is truly the limit for him, because he's like, a lot of time with the Eastern European fighters, you get guys who are just like 1-2, very basic and kind of robotic. He's not like that. He's deceptively athletic. His best quality isn't his jab or anything tangible you can see. His best quality is his patience. The way he's able to pick the right shots and systematically break you down, taking his time. I think that's his best quality. And when you're in these big high-level championship fights in a division as stacked as light heavyweight, a trait like patient is going to take you a long, long way. So, man, big shout out to Oleksandr Gvozdyk. I look forward to his upcoming fights, man. That's all I got to say. So, what do you guys think about Oleksandr Gvozdyk and just what he did and beating Adonis Stevenson the way he did? Let me know what you think in the comments down below about that. Prayers do go to Adonis Stevenson. May God please protect him and his family and comfort them at this time, because this is one of the tough parts and one of the uglier parts of the sport of boxing. It's great. The fights are great. These guys put their lives on the lives of the fans, and they fight for their families and stuff like that. But you run the risk of this happening to you every single time you step into that ring. So Adonis has given fight fans some good fights over the years. He's given us some good memories. And even though he's had his issues by not fighting Kovalev, and we have our opinions on that, guy is still a human being, still a quality fighter. and he's got a family. He's got a family. He's got a family that we have families, and just God bless him. And may God be with him. So let me just in the comments down below. Take the time to subscribe. Like I say in every single video, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys.